Psalm 119, verse 35. Lead me in the path of your commandments, for I delight in it. The Psalms are poetry. And so this pathway is a poetic way of talking about patterns of living. A pattern of living, a pattern of behavior, life habits are like a pathway or a trail. And the psalmist says, lead me in the life behaviors that are instructed by you, because that is a delightful life. I want to ask you some questions this morning to get us started. What life trail are you on right now? What does your life trail look like right now? Your behavior patterns, what kind of trail have they created for you? Let's be a little more specific. What's the pathway look like in your home? Have you created are you pursuing the kind of behaviors in your home that make your home a delightful pathway for everybody in your family to walk on? Or have you chosen the kind of behaviors that make the pathway through your living room, dining room, and kitchen dangerous? What pathway are you on at work? The work habits that you've established, the work patterns that you've created for yourself, are those work patterns leading to something noble? My whole life I've talked to people who go to sleep and work and then brag about it like I'm supposed to be impressed. Look, if you're going to work and sleeping, you're a thief. Your company doesn't pay you to lay around and sleep. Don't say, hey, I'm on a great life pathway. I go to work and sleep for 5 hours. Because I'm going to look at you, and if I'm able to hold my tongue, I'll just nod my head. But I may not be able to hold my tongue that day. What does your life pathway look like at work? Do you see? Does your life pathway at work look like the kind of thing that you are ennobled by? You're proud of your work. You're proud of the kind of person you do. You're proud of the contribution you make. Or is your pathway at work something less noble? If you stay on the pathway you're on in life right now, what do you expect to happen? If you just keep doing for the next 5 years what you've been doing for the last 5 years, do you think your life will be better, about the same, or worse? Now, here's the really hard question. How did you get on this trail to begin with? See, I'm very, very aware that a lot of people I meet don't make conscious decisions. They just kind of drift into certain life patterns. I talk to people all the time who say, I don't have any idea how I got here, but it's miserable. I talk to people who say, I didn't really choose my career. When I got out of school, this job opened up and I took it, and then I worked there a little while and I got promoted to this, and I just kind of fell into this. Some of you, if you were real honest, you didn't make a conscious choice. Somebody made a prediction about you, and you let that prediction guide you. Somebody predicted, oh, you'll never do well in college. You shouldn't even try. I had a school counselor tell me I should prepare for life in prison. Because that looked like my best career option. Hey, church, who predicted your life that became kind of a guiding thing, and you just accepted their prediction. Now you're doing what you're doing, not because you made a conscious choice, but because somebody kind of predicted you in that direction. Do you see? This is hugely important. You could give yourself a giant gift today. And here's the point. We're all on pathways, and these pathways are going to lead somewhere. And God gives us the right and the responsibility to make behavior choices that either lead us on to a right pathway, or we make behavior choices that end up getting us in places we don't want to be. You hear this? I got a great illustration for this. Read an article this week in USA Today that absolutely made me dizzy. When I read the article, I actually got lightheaded. The American government has made commitments that by the year 2032 will cost every American household $500,000. Did you hear that? The American government in the last years has made choices that by the year 2032 will cost the government the equivalent of $500,000 from every single household in America. Now, I don't know about you, but I can't pay my bill. I don't have an extra $500,000 hanging around. $55,000 from every household in America just to pay off the present bailout. Just this bailout we have right now, if we were going to pay that off, it would cost every household in America $55,000. I can't pay that bill either. I'm not prepared to write the government a $55,000 check today. Are you? Okay, listen to this. Listen, I'm not talking about Democrats and Republicans. I'm talking about America. America is making choices that is going to ruin the lives of our kids. We are putting ourselves on a pathway that will guarantee our grandkids will not have the quality of life that we have. There it is. And we're doing it to defend and protect some behaviors that we like. You hear it, church? Please listen. Open your hearts to this. We are making choices that are creating a pathway, and this pathway is going to lead America and our kids, grandkids, and great-grandkids to a place that isn't fair and they don't want to be. Frankly, I want to say it again, I would rather that we have an absolute nightmare of a recession right now and get it over with and not defraud our kids of an opportunity to live well in America that is as good as the one I got to live in. The world goes the way it goes because we make the choices we make, and we insist on the behaviors we insist upon. Church? Because we insist on having certain things a certain way, it creates pathways through life, and these pathways end up in predictable places.